Okay, how's everybody doing? Uh, this is a short tutorial video on some camera tracking in a live footage. And so I have this video here called Woods, which you can download from Canvas in the tracking videos folder. And just like always, if I want to make a composition from the video, you're going to click and drag it like I'm doing now to this icon right here. And this is the composition settings icon, and you can see that it will format everything according to the video's description, so the size, the time, and anything else needed. So here's my video. As you can see, some audio right now, and so I'm gonna cut the audio off by turning off that speaker. All we're focusing on is some tracking. So if you remember, what I'm going to do is look for a spot that I can use. I'm going to just start from the beginning, and just to make this a little easier, we're going to shorten all of this. I'm going to do about 6 seconds, and I'm going to cut off Control Shift D the rest of that, so it's only this much of the video. We don't have to worry about anything else. The whole concept that I'm showing you now will work on the entire video, but I'm gonna only just use a smaller part so this can go faster. So the first thing I want to do is, besides all of this, is to change my workspace to the tracking setup, motion tracking right here, and it will give me just what I need to see. And in this case, all I really want to see is the few panels over here on the side and everything else, like the normal bin, effects, and timeline. So I'm going to select my Woods video, make sure that's always highlighted, selected. We're going to come over to track camera, click on that button right under where it says tracker, and you'll see here it starts saying that's analyzing the background. So it should do it always automatically. If it doesn't, there is an analyze button right over here. You can cancel it right now, and it's showing the percentage of how much this is happening at the moment. And so it's there's about a minute left that needs to be done. It's around 20% complete, and had this been a longer video, it would have taken much longer for us to do. And so the whole point of this is that when we create a tracking camera or any kind of like tracking within a video, it's to incorporate many things, whether it's text, images, or a set extension as like a 3D set, or even characters, making sure that the movement of the 3D camera matches the movement of the 2D camera. And in this case, the live action is a 2D camera because it's flat in this video. And so the 3D camera, which gets applied to this, will go along with the movement of the camera. So it's analyzing everything right now on its own. There is another way to track the footage too, a little more manually, but the software is doing this, and it's finalizing right now what it needs to be. Now you get all these little points in here. Let me zoom in so you can see all these little marks. They're all different colors, and you can see they're all over the trees and even here on the floor, like that. And then as you can see, what's appearing right now, it's a triangle with a circle like a target, and that's creating a plane, a ground plane. That's what's called. And the ground plane basically is where we can put things that it will lay flat on that circle, and it's looking for 3 points. So wherever I move this, I can do it like within there or even up here in the trees. It's looking for small 3 points, and I'm looking for something that I think would work best. And let me just move my camera maybe right here. I like that one right there where it's kind of flat. See, this one's like a little facing forward. This one here, it was just, there it is flat. So if I click there, now I can go ahead and right click on that target, and we can say create text and camera. Okay, so there's other features in here, but we're working on this one only. So if we create text and camera, and what happens is that there's a text box that was made, and it's way over here. Let's go ahead and get that. There it is. Okay, so click on the text, and you can use these options here to rotate your camera, or I'm sorry, rotate your text how you want to, and place it any which way. You can also change the position of it by using the arrows like this, or you can, there's a little box there, it's kind of hard to see, but there's some boxes which will change the scale of it, or we can change the scale of the text by moving that up like that. and placing it. So if I just zoom out a little bit from my view, and I'm just trying to grab the circle, not that one. I want the green one. There it is. Okay, the green is the Y, so I want it to face maybe in that direction. If you don't like it here, you can just grab those arrows and you can move it in another direction, but it's going to be facing that ground plane as before, and so I can place it this way, like next to this tree would be kind of cool, just like that. And all that's, you can create an animation out of that as well. If you grab the text tool right up here, double click, excuse me, double click on that. And as I was doing before, I was typing like Halloween. And you can see it's going to perspective. You press enter on your numpad, go back to your move tool, make sure that's selected, and also the size you want it to be. Okay, something along those lines, like that. And what's great about this is when I hit play, that stays with it. Just like that. See, it goes up and down. Pops up and down like if it was actually there. Ignore that little flicker at the end because it's just cutting off at that point. So I could always delete the rest. Oh, sorry. Delete that. So when it plays, it loops back from 6 seconds back to the beginning, and it goes right there. And it almost feels like it's really in the scene. And then you can do whatever you want to this, just like anything else. If you want it a little bit ghostly and transparent, you can just lower the opacity of it. And again, there it is. Change the font as you wish. You can just click on here, go over to the character. We can change it to something a little more Halloweenish or spooky. Whatever you're looking for. If you have a font that fixes it, like that one there, to fix the feel and the theme of what you're working, you can even change the color so that, again, the color. Make sure you're on the layer though. Go here, change it to a red. Like that. Any kind of effects you want to do to it, I'm just going to let it play through so that you can see it with the right color. It's transparent, so it kind of lets the image, the video from behind peek through. All right. You can also, speaking of opacity, if we like this, we can always animate that in and drop it to 0. So it fades in. Again, we'll let it play through because it had to do a little pre-render. Okay, if you don't like that timing, you can always move your key text. Okay, always check the timing of all of it. Again, always let it, once you make a change, always let it play through so that it can do what it is that you're looking for. And you can do other effects too, like maybe in here, we'll turn it off and on. Like we can copy these. So I can do something like this. I can grab the key tick that has it on and just hit copy paste, and then grab the one that turns it off and paste it again, and then grab the on again. So it's like a little flicker there. Again, let's let it go all the way through like that. And since it does that flicker, you can do it again, just copy that and paste it over here. Something like that to make it spooky. We can even animate its position. So if we open up the attributes of the text, and we can see that if I grab the Y axis that rotates it like this, you'll see down there where it says orientation. Okay, orientation is moving. Okay, so let's say I go to right about here where it's about to turn on. So right about there. And I'm going to place it, I see right there where it was before, turn that on. Remember, working backwards in After Effects is very helpful. And then we'll go back where it's off, and then I'm looking for the rotation and just place it like if it's coming from behind the camera, right there. And then we'll hit play. So now it comes in. Let's turn on the blur. Okay, remember we want to slow it out. So right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease in. And maybe even do kind of like it waves back and forth. So I'll set a key there, make it come forward, and then go back again, like that. And right click on the last one, easy. Easy ease in. Let's watch the whole thing. And I'll probably have to delete this frame here, but I kind of want just to see it move and let it render through. I just want to test it out. Yeah, I need to delete this one. And I'm going to move this one out a little bit further. And we have to let it render all the way through so we can see the better animation. More or less, I'm probably get rid of that middle one and just see how that comes in. That looked a little bit better. So every time you do any kind of like effects or any animation, you test it until you're happy with it. And I'm okay there. And that's how we do some camera tracking for this. Now, like I said, this is useful for not just text, but if you can put some images, if you have a green screen border or some kind of thing that on a wall that's green screen that is going to be turned into something else, then you track it so that you can place it in there, and whatever other feature. So I want you guys to practice this with this video. You can do whatever you want. Once you get your tracking data, you'll see that it will gather around wherever it's going to be, and then you can put it maybe on the floor or somewhere else in the tree. It can be however you want. You can even put like a character in there if you wanted to. Just make sure you make the settings match with the lighting and the colors and the levels. Okay, so that's how we do that. And if you have any questions, always go ahead and email me, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. That's it for today. Bye.